हाय चिराग।
हाँ स्तुति, कौन कौन आएगा इसमें? कौन गेस्ट में? एक तो प्रोफेसर होंगे क्या?
हाँ प्रोफेसर, एक मिनट। हाँ लीना मैम। हेलो।
ही सेड इट वाज एट 11:30, तो मेरे को लगा 2-3 मिनट और है तो मैं बैठ जाता हूँ। आई सेड नहीं नहीं, ज्वाइन कर लो, इट विल बी इजियर फॉर यू।
ठीक है ठीक है।
ठीक है,
ओके
ऑल
ओके।
गोइंग वेल ना?
या मतलब आई थिंक सो। जस्ट गिव मी अ मिनट, मुझे ना प्रोफेसर को कॉल करने दो, वो अभी तो आए नहीं है। हाँ
कर ले, कुछ चाहिए
ठीक है
मेरे को,
ठीक
जस्ट कीप मैसेजिंग।
है। या ओके। बाय।
बाय बाय।
हेलो।
हाँ जी।
Hi, Chirag.
हाय सर, हाउ आर यू?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I think Stuti is there, so
हेलो सर, हाउ आर यू?
I'm good. How are you?
ग्रेट ग्रेट।
Let me just adjust
We'll
the.
just let people in another 2 minutes, and we'll just ask professor also to join in. Just a
Sure.
minute.
Stuti, you can
Perfect.
make me the co-host also, na?
Yeah. Just a minute. I'll just make you the co-host. Chirag, we'll let in people in another 2 minutes. Or we can get in people and we'll wait for sir to join in.
So we can let them in. Na? It's already 11:30.
Yeah. We can
See
let them in.
if I can how to share. That should we don't waste time. Just give me a second. Let me.
Yes.
I was thinking of using some slides. That's all right, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Sure.
One second. Let me just figure that out because I usually don't use Zoom. I use Teams. That's like an official thing for us.
Zoom is much more confusing, so it's better to use a Google Meet or a Teams that is much more simpler to use.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me just quickly get a handle on the sharing part and then we can, yeah, I think should be fine.
I'm
Fine.
I'm admitting all people inside. Okay.
Perfect.
Hello, Savana sir. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, Stuti. How are you?
Good. Hello, everyone. Can we have faces on the screen so that we don't interact with blank screens?
Hi, good morning to
That would
all.
be great. Good morning.
Hello, good morning to everyone. Anamika this side.
Hi, Anamika. We would appreciate more faces on the screen.
Hi, I'm Shine this side. Good morning.
Hi. If you can just if you guys can just rename yourselves again, because I can see a few names which are, we can't recognize them.
Hi, Rajashri here.
Hi, Rajeshri. How are you?
I'm good. Hi, thanks.
Hi, I'm Sundari. I'll just rename my name. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Rio Datta this side. Hope everyone is doing fine.
Hi, Rio.
Hi, I'm Samir here. Hi, Samir. Hi.
It's great that everyone is introducing themselves and, they try to connect also. It's great to see that confidence in the first class, I would say.
Hi everyone. Shubhangi this side. Hi
Hello.
Stuti.
Hey, hi.
Hello. Hi, Stuti. Sneha this side.
Hello. Okay, so we'll wait for just one more minute and we'll let everyone else join in and we'll start with the orientation session.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. I'm Aditya.
Hi, Aditya.
Hey, hi, Aditya.
Yeah, hi, morning everyone. It's Mahendra.
Good morning, everyone. It's Swarnindu.
Good morning, everyone. This is Amrapali here.
Good morning, everyone. This is Atray this side.
Good morning, everyone. This is Avinav this side.
Good morning, everyone. This is Aritra this side.
Hello, this is Asmita.
Okay, I'm repeating again. We would appreciate more faces on the screen. If people can just switch on their cameras. Great. So I'll just start. Good morning, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to the academic and the technical orientation for IIM Calcutta's digital and AI-driven marketing program. My name is Tuti Maheshwari, and I will be your program manager and primary point of contact throughout the program and also the host for today's session. So today's session is designed to give you I think a broader clarity on the academic structure, your expectations, and the learning journey ahead. So I will quickly walk you through the flow. We'll begin with the academic orientation by our program director, Professor Saravana Jaikumar, followed by an industry expert session by Mr. Sanjay Chaudhary, and then a short technical walkthrough. So it's my pleasure to introduce our program director from IIM Calcutta, Professor Saravana Jaikumar. So he's an associate professor of marketing at IIM Calcutta with deep expertise in digital markets, AI-enabled marketing, and executive education. He has led multiple AI and digital marketing programs for senior professionals across industries. I would not say much about him. You'll get to know him much in I would say much personally during the classes. So over to you, sir.
Yeah. So thanks, Tuti. Hi, everyone. Nice to see more than 50 people here. So, I mean, like Tuti requested, if more of you can keep your cameras on, that'll be great. Yeah. So a very warm welcome to all of you on behalf of IIM Calcutta. Great to see a lot of enthusiastic people here, and I mean, again, nice of you that all of you introduced yourself. So right away, so it's good to see a very enthusiastic and confident batch. Right. So my name is Sarvana. I'm with the marketing group here at IIM Calcutta. So I've been here for about, I mean, now it's my 11th year actually. And I was with IIM Udaipur for a short period, and I was with IIM Ahmedabad for some time. And my work ex has been mainly in digital marketing, right from 2005, more in marketing analytics and digital marketing side. So we started this program. Let me, before going into the academic orientation, just a brief background. When I joined IIM Calcutta in 2015, 2016. So we decided we would have we'd be the first one to launch a official digital marketing certification from a management perspective. So we started that in 2016. We've had 10 successful batches so far. This is 11th batch. And we've learned a lot along the way, and we've actually continuously updated the curriculum, updated our approach, and so on. Even the number of hours that we're going to spend on each and every module, it continuously evolves, right? And so earlier the program was named something else. So it was digital and social media marketing strategies. Then once Gen AI became the norm and the whole idea of content as well as search engines became completely transformed. So we took a pass, we upgraded, and then we moved on to a digital and AI-driven marketing program. So that's why it's the 11th batch now. Glad to welcome all of you to this program. I hope you'll have a great learning journey in the next 6 to 7 months. Anyway, let me, Shruti, is there anything before we start the academic orientation, or should I carry on with the academic orientation?
No, sir, please carry on with the orientation.
Okay, great. So I think I met some of you during the curtain rise, I believe, a few weeks ago, if I remember correctly. So there we gave a brief idea of the program, but today we will go through all the different aspects, your different points of contact, as well as the modules that we have planned. So I'll quickly take you through a short presentation. It's nothing detailed. So if you have any queries, please let me know after we finish the presentation, because some of the things might be covered in the later in the presentation as well. Let me share my screen. I hope it's visible. Yeah. Oh, great. Right. So this is basically like I mentioned, is 11th batch. So it's a 6-month long duration program. So the academic orientation, we're just trying to give you an idea of what to expect, what are the kind of content that we will cover, and what are the rules and guidelines that one must follow. So please make sure that you stick to these, adhere to these rules and guidelines. And anyway, the academic orientation PowerPoint will be there in your learning management system. You can go through at any point in time. But please make sure that you understand the guidelines so that we don't have to visit them during the class sessions, because class sessions, we have limited time of 90 hours and I don't want to waste those times in talking about rules and regulations at that point in time. Right. Let me start off with a brief intro about IIM Calcutta. All of you already know about IIM Calcutta. Just to give you a context, so we were the first national institute for postgraduate studies in management. And so it's officially an institute of national importance, as all of you are already well aware. And so the first management school in India to be triple crown. So we have the 3 accreditation from the 3 major agencies worldwide for management education. So AACSP, AMBA, and AQUIS. So we are also the only institute in India to be part of the global alliance called SEMS, where we take part in a kind of a collaborative course structure across the entire world in some sense. We have alumni across the world, so in several senior leadership positions in industry, in NGOs, as well as in government organizations. We have a lot of people working in top management roles in a lot of tech firms as well. We'll try to bring some of them during the course of the program, not just to give general gyan, but to cover certain topics. So we bring in people who are actually implementing things hands-on, so that we can learn from them as well. So we have several programs that are, these are our core degree or diploma programs. That's PhD. We have our MBA, which is a flagship 2-year program, and MBA EX, which is a full-time 1 year. Then we have a visionary leadership in manufacturing, and we have a business analytics program as well. Now we've recently launched executive PhD. So that is PhD for working professionals. So where they do it as a part-time kind of a role. So anyway, so we also have plans to launch a couple of other programs in the next 2 years in line with the government policy in terms of infrastructure and so on. So that we are currently working on. So these are our full-time residential programs, but we have a strong presence in executive education. So we've been in the executive education domain for longer than any of the other IIMs in the country. So we have well-established long duration programs, which is basically an example as a digital and AI-driven marketing. So we call them LDPs. These are open enrollment programs. These are open to everyone to join. We also have customized programs that we work with for specific organizations, or it could be for a particular ministry. So those are not publicly promoted because it's specific to that particular organization. So we do a lot of programs for Accenture, Deloitte, and several other companies as well, and some ministries as well. So programs here in this LTPs are typically 6 to 12 months in the blended mode, typically involving live online classes like the online mode, and then you will also have on-campus face-to-face immersions as well. Some of the senior management programs, the major chunk of it is covered in campus, on campus. A small component is covered online. So it's we have several different blended modes in some sense. We also have this short duration management development programs, mainly for people who want to do a short refresher course or a short program for, let's say, 3 days to 3 weeks. There we typically offer even open enrollment. We also have specific contracts with few companies to deliver these kind of programs. So we have a huge history in the executive education, and it has evolved over a period of time. We're working currently on consolidating and offering more relevant programs. Every year we launch new programs as well. that are relevant to the industry, or we rework the existing programs to update the content that is more relevant to the industry. So this particular program, Digital and AI-driven Marketing, so formerly it was named as DSMMS, Digital and Social Media Marketing Strategies. So this is more focused on, let's say, both strategy and execution. So you have hands-on, you also have a strategy level discussion. So both go hand in hand. We'll talk about several use cases in this program. Also, we will try. The whole idea is to get you to think about digital and AI-driven as more of a change in mindset rather than specific skill sets. So change in mindset, as well as we'll equip you with some of the tools that are relevant in the market as well. Right. So this is basically the idea was to make sure that people understand technology, people are able to get their hands on, at least within the non-technical side of things, they're able to get their hands on and see how to actually use some of these cutting edge, let's say cutting edge platforms and tools that are there that you can actually improve your marketing ROI in some sense, and also your digital marketing efforts. That's the fundamental idea behind the program. So the core of the program is digital marketing. But now, since AI has taken over, it's more about how AI is driving this entire digital marketing domain. That's the idea for this entire program. So I'll take you through some of the modules. Again, the content is kind of like indicative in nature. So these are specific topics and modules, but your modules will be arranged according to the flow. The flow might be slightly different in when we execute things, because depending on the feedback that we get from each batch, we kind of change the order of sessions, we kind of change the sequence so that it gives a lot more exposure to certain aspects for the participants. But the core we would be covering, so foundations of AI-driven. We talk about search engine marketing. So we talk about paid search. We do not go into SEO a lot, but we talk about paid search, and then we move on to AEO and GEO, which is more relevant in this age. So the future of most of the search is going to be on let's say answer engines or generative engines. So we're going to focus on generative engine optimization and answer engine optimization. We spent a couple of sessions on that, but we'll also cover the paid search marketing, which is basically Google Ads and a couple of other things, mainly from, let's say, a strategy perspective, as well as one session on hands-on on setting it up and running as well. So that's idea behind search engine marketing. So we cover two aspects separately. Then we also have content strategy. One, you can generate content a lot more easily, but generating content, you can endlessly create content in ChatGPT and Cloud and so on, but it's not going to make any sense unless you have a very clear structured strategy and you execute that in a systematic manner. So how do you actually set it up and execute so that AI is not just something that you play with on a daily basis, but you're able to put to actual use and you're able to get results. That's the idea. So we also talk about social media marketing. So you have a couple of sessions on the platforms, and you have a couple of sessions on strategy as well. How do you execute and so on. And we also have a few topics that we cover about analytics using certain simulations. We talk about the results that you get and then how do you analyze the data and so on. So we have a couple of sessions around that. And obviously we have content and media generation. So we're going to cover how to systematically create videos and certain technical aspects behind that as well. Then you have a capstone project and simulations. I'll talk about the capstone project and simulations in a little bit detail in a while. So I have a co-program director, Professor Prashant Mishra, who's a senior professor of marketing at IIM Calcutta. So you'll be interacting with him when you're on campus as well. So he's a very experienced person. He's actually taught some of the leading, let's say, CEOs in the country at this stage. So Swiggy CEO was a student. You have several other, I don't want to mention several other names, but he has taught many of the CEOs the core marketing skills right from the beginning. So you'll interact with him as well. And so obviously I'll be there. I'll be taking few sessions as well, right from, not from the beginning, somewhere in the middle, I'll be starting my sessions as well. Right. And program schedule, typically the program is scheduled on Saturday, 6:45 to 9:45 p.m. so that, your day business as usual is not affected. But rarely we may schedule, sessions on select dates, probably on a Sunday or a Friday evening. So we will not try to trouble you during a weekday. But in case there is a, let's say, a faculty has an institute commitment that they're not able to cancel and they need to move your session to, let's say, Sunday, we will do that, but with prior intimation. For instance, I think you would have already received the information that the session on 21st is not there. You have it on 22nd morning, 9 to 12 a.m. So that way we'll intimate beforehand, but the typical timing would be Saturday, 6:45 to 9:45, but the rules do allow us to change it beforehand in case we are able to see that the faculty is not available on that particular time. Right. So typically weekend is not a free day for faculty. So weekend is where we are actually extra busy because we need to work with our alumni. We need to work with, because they're also free only on weekends. We need to work with on executive programs and alumni from executive programs as well. So we have a lot of commitments that can come up, and institute commitments also do come up during weekends. So typically we'll do that on Saturdays. Last batch, we've done 99% of the sessions on Saturdays. I think only once we had to reschedule, and that too, we just pushed it by half an hour. But otherwise, yeah, keep your Saturdays blocked. Don't keep any other engagement on Saturday evening, 6:45 to 9:45. And be in a location where you can attend the session in a proper manner with your cameras on. So at some point, if you're not keeping the cameras on, we're not going to give you attendance. So you need to keep your cameras on, and you need to be in a proper learning environment. Just because it's online, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be rigorous. And not that you can be watching TV and then doing this program at the back end. That's not something that we would recommend. So you need to have your take it seriously. You've paid money, you've enrolled here to learn and upskill. So make sure that you're serious to go through that commitment, right? And your sessions will begin from next week on Valentine's Day from February 14th onwards. So you'll have the first session by Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan. So on foundations of AI. So he's from the industry. He's also been a visiting faculty with IIM Calcutta. So second week onwards, for about 4 to 5 weeks, you'll have a sessions from Mr. Siddesh Joglekar. He was a he's a IIM Calcutta alum. He's a visiting faculty, a registered visiting faculty at IIM Calcutta. He has been in several top positions across different companies. He has also been a CEO of a digital firm. Now he's running a couple of other initiatives for an organization named Skill Tyro and Kins. He'll be coming and taking few sessions on at least the fundamental aspects of how to use AI, what is a structured JSON, and some stuff like that. He'll also be covering answer engine optimization in the beginning. So there'll be 4 sessions from him. Based on the feedback that we got, we're moving his sessions towards the beginning so that you get some hands-on right in the beginning, then we move on to more deeper stuff. That's the idea. The in-campus component, there are 2 visits of 3 days each, April 16th to 18th. That will be the first campus visit. So you'll check in on April 15th afternoon. It's after 4 p.m. is recommended, but you may come a little earlier as well. That's when, depending on room availability, you'll be allotted. Checkout will be on April 18th after lunch. Right. Campus visits, you need to have mandatory attendance. You need to definitely be present on campus visits to complete the program. Right? And boarding and lodging will be arranged by IIM Calcutta on a double occupancy basis. In case campus module cannot be conducted for some reason, the equivalent hours will be conducted online. This clause was added during COVID times. So typically you don't have to worry about this. This is under extreme, situations which are not under our control. But typically we do the campus module on campus. So this clause was added only during COVID. Right. And let me take you through some of the other details. Class schedule is not going to be given for the entire program. You'll be getting 1-2 modules at a time because depending on the commitments, like I mentioned, so if we need to move things around, we'll move things around in a systematic manner. And in general, participants are required to block all Saturdays. That is from 6:45 p.m. to 9:45 p.m. Just give me a moment. I think there is some work going on outside. I'll just get that stopped. So give me one moment. Sorry about that. There is some work going on outside. They just stopped it for the session. Anyway, so evaluation pattern. Let me finish this. Yeah. Evaluation pattern for each module will be decided by the concerned faculty or program directors. It may include an exam or an assignment, a case discussion, or homework or projects, group or individual. It depends on the module. So that will be combined, and you'll be given the rules of how you will be actually evaluated. And you will basically we conduct a combination of several different types of evaluations, right? So some cases you will have a clear assignment with an exam. In some cases you will have only an exam, and so on. So in the case of online exams, typically we try to keep one module exam in a day, but it may happen that you may have 2, at the max 2. But in the last few batches, we've never had 2 exams in a day. Only if the module is very small and then you have to cover, but that doesn't happen usually in digital marketing program at least, right? And the exams are typically scheduled 1 hour before the class on Saturdays, before the class starts, because we have 6 months and we have to cover 90 hours of content, including the campus visit. So we need to actually, if you're conducting an exam, we might have we might have a class also on the same day. So you need to complete all assignments, all evaluations, all simulations to these are mandatory components for successful completion of the program. You'll be given one of the following grades: excellent, good, fair, or poor for each of the module, each of the, let's say, the Capstone project and simulation, and that'll be printed in your certificate at the back of your certificate. So you need, so that there is the grades are also available in the same certificate. Right. So, like I mentioned, evaluation format is decided by the instructor, and it can also include class participation. So there are several ways instructor may decide to include class participation, like presentations and so on. And examinations typically are MCQ, but at times they may also include, let's say, short answers or something. So typically we do not do any negative marking, but it's again at the instructor's discretion. And we don't give sample question papers. We don't give question banks. This is not, the objective is not to get you to grade. The objective is for you to learn, so that you prepare, you learn and you revise and you come prepared for the exams, right? So grades across all IIMs, we follow relative grading, so reflecting the overall performance rather than the individual performance alone. That's the idea. Now, here is a few criteria. These are also essential. So one, to be able to be eligible to receive a certificate, right? So then a student has to meet the following criteria: has at least 75% overall attendance, has completed all evaluation components, has cleared all payments. All evaluation components would include, meaning that you should have attended both the campus visits as well, right? If any of the above criteria is not met, these are essential criteria to get any certificate. Any of these above criteria are not met, your status will be considered incomplete. And if you meet all the above criteria, then you get either a certificate of successful completion or a certificate of participation. Completion, you'll get a completion only if you're poor grade, you got only poor grade in not more than 2 modules. But if you have more than 2 poor grades, then your certificate will be downgraded to certificate of participation. So these are the rules. So you need to maintain the minimum criteria, the eligibility criteria to receive a certificate. After clearing that criteria, you should not be getting poor in more than 2 modules. If you get poor in more than 2 modules, your certificate is going to be downgraded to certificate of participation. These are the certification criteria. These are not decided by the program directors. These are not decided by leader. This is an institute policy. So we have a very rigorous academic setup. So we stick to that. We don't give any sort of waivers or exemptions in terms of evaluation and other stuff. That's one of the reasons why you guys are here, because it's a rigorous program. So take this seriously, and so that you get the maximum out of the program. Right. And so a few details about the program materials. Typically, your program materials are electronically delivered. So if there are hard copies that might be given during your campus visits. Books in this domain are extremely fluent, meaning if I give a book to you today, it may be irrelevant after 2 months, because the books are more descriptive in nature and they talk about certain technologies which get outdated within a couple of months. So we try to avoid books in this case, but if we find that a book is relevant at this stage for this program, we might deliver a book to you when you're on campus. For instance, for the last batch, we did something on foundation models, and we gave them a book on how to use. We'll be giving them a book on how to use Azure and so on. But it might change. That's why the books are. We are not going to give you a book. And if you look at any of the, so for instance, if I look at social media marketing books in the market, they'll be explaining what Instagram is. They'll be explaining what Facebook is, that you don't need, right? So it's a waste of time and waste of effort for all of you. So we don't give those kind of books anyway. So that's why we don't subscribe to any of those textbook versions, because that will be a waste of your time and waste of our time as well. So we're not going to talk about something that you guys already are well aware of, right? That's about the material. So it'll be mostly in electronic mode, and we might give you material when you're on campus in hard copies, right? So all the lecture presentations and notices, and if there are any pre-reads for a particular session, they'll all be uploaded in the LeadUp LMS platform. We'll get the technical orientation in a while. And archives of the lecture sessions are available in non-downloadable mode, right, through the LMS managed by LeadUp. So archive meaning the video archive. So the video archives will be made available, and this is again the policy set by the institute. So this is followed across all the programs without any disparity. So you have video archives are available for a period of 7 days, meaning after any session, you have 7 more days to actually go back to the video, revise, and go through that particular content. And again, the videos are made available 1 week before the module exam. For instance, if module 2 has 3 sessions, and let's say next week you have the module 3 exam, then all the 3 session videos are given to you in that 1 week prior, so that you can revise and prepare for the exam. So you have the live session that happens, you have 1 week to go back and revise, and then again you have 1 week before the exam to go back and revise the content. So that's the policy set by the institute through and through. It's not set by LeadUp, it's not set by me, it's set by the institute. That is followed across the institute without any disparity. We follow the same rule across all the programs, right? And these videos are non-downloadable, and you're not legally supposed to record or register any of those programs, any of those sessions during the sessions. Yeah. So you have some makeup exam options in case you missed an exam, and obviously you need to inform beforehand with proper documentation and so on. Missing exam is typically not encouraged at all, because if you miss an exam, no matter how many documentation you provide, when you do a makeup exam, your grade will be downgraded. So for instance, if you take a makeup exam and your grade was excellent, you'll be downgraded to fail, right? Because you've actually missed the actual exam, right? So that's again one of the policies that we follow. And if you have a poor grade, you can choose to do a makeup exam in one of the modules. And if you get a really good grade, again, it'll be downgraded to 1. So make sure that you prepare for the exams, and the first shot you're actually clearing all the requirements, right? And there are some participants who may want to, drop out, or who may want to go for a next batch. I mean, this is not a regular occurrence. It's very, very rare. A participant who fails to complete, if there is an incomplete status because they're not meeting the criteria of submitting all the assignments or doing the evaluation or completing required attendance is not there, then they'll be given the opportunity to complete the program with one of the next 2 batches, whenever those are being offered, with one of the next 2 batches. In this case, there are certain rules which will be given to you at that time, where if the fee has changed, then you have to pay the differential fee because you're registering with a new batch and so on. If the participant fails to complete the program even within the next 2 batches, then that enrollment will be considered cancelled. You'll have to apply fresh for a new batch anyway. This is a very rare occurrence, and typically people complete in a batch, right? And if there are any pre-read materials, prepare really well. I know you all have a full-time role, but you have chosen to be a part of this program because you want to upgrade, you want to upskill, and you want to be more relevant in the market. So which means you need to put in the effort. Though AA reduces a lot of effort, I mean, AA is the reason you're going to have a lot more work in the next 6 to 7 months, right? So go through all the pre-reads, take notes in class, and even if you're not able to catch up and take notes in class, just at least pay attention, and when you can revise during the week and then take notes during that time. The PPTs used in class, it's at the inscriptor's discretion. They might remove certain information and they can upload because that could be some proprietary information which they do not want to put up in the public domain, but that will typically be a post-session material that we shared with you. And you're free to request any instructors, but give little respect to their time as well as their effort, because imagine there are 11 batches, and if everybody from each batch and from one particular program, they reach out for additional material every week, then my full-time job will be only to respond to them. So we need a little bit of time to respond to those kind of requests. So give the faculty a little time to respond. But yeah, typically you will get all the material, most of the material you need in the class itself, right? Use of any unfair means is extremely discouraged. It will result in disciplinary action, and disciplinary action can include anywhere from debarring the participant from the program or debarring them from attending any of the programs in the future. In such cases, the fees will not be refunded, and it's basically the final decision is with the institute. I mean, I as a program director, I will not be taking decision. There'll be a committee set up if there is an unfair means, and the committee will be taking that decision altogether. Yeah. Copyright the reading materials, like I mentioned, and also the videos. There is a copyright. It's a copyright of the institute, and downloading, copying, recording, or distributing it in any manner with anyone is considered actually an illegal and also misconduct and violation of copyright. So that's one of the very strict legal policies that we follow. So the institute reserves the right to initiate any sort of disciplinary action if they find that this has not been strictly adhered to. In case a participant is found guilty, then they might be debarred, and of course the fees will not be refunded. It's typically you're disqualified and you have been debarred from the program. Exit alumni status. Every one of you who completes and who receive the successful completion, not the participation, who receive a certificate of successful completion, will enjoy the status of executive education alumni, and will be given an email ID after the completion of the program within a month or so. There's a particular process we follow, and then you'll be given an alumni ID at exed.iimcal.ac.in. And you can register using this email ID. You'll be able to register in IIM Calcutta alumni portal, and then is basically a common portal for all programs and of the institute interact with each other. The executive alumni number is around 35 to 36,000 now, and you also have MBA, MBX all put together. We have about 45 to 48,000 people on that alumni portal. And execute forms a major chunk of that alumni strength. Right. So like you all know, this is a certificate program, so we don't provide placement assistance from IIM Calcutta's side for any sort of placement assistance for the executive education programs. So placement assistance will not be from the institute. That I think it was already very clearly communicated. I've already covered the reading material, so you can refer to this later when you have to go through it. I think all the points here have already been covered. Right. So basically everything related to academic, including teaching, evaluation and certification, course materials, all of those will be from IIM Calcutta's side. The campus stay is also, all of those will be handled by IIM Calcutta. Leadup will be taking care of all the non-academic stuff, including the financial fee payment and all the technical aspects. We will not be involved in that particular process. So Leadup will be responsible for running the online sessions, I mean, setting it up and running them, and also the examinations, even online proctoring of the exams. So Leadup will also be actively recording the attendance and also the participant feedback. So we have a clear set of responsibilities. I'll give you the escalation matrix as well. If you have any queries, any sort of doubts related to academic, or you need to reach out, any concern about any aspect, the first point of contact from IIM Calcutta's side will be Ms. Shushmita Ghoshnav, who will be the program executive or program manager for this program. Don't send a mail directly to me. So send it to Ms. Shushmita, and she will be referring to the policies, everything, and she will respond back to you. And in case it's not resolved at the stage, the next level of escalation goes to Ms. Subradhar, who's the manager of LDP programs at IIM Calcutta. And if in case that is not resolved, the third layer would be either me or me and Professor Prashant Mishra, so we can add us to that particular issue. But this is an escalation matrix. If you send me a mail stating that what is the policy about this, I may not respond, because then I would have to go back, refer certain policy and come back, which I may not even have access to at some point. That's why we have a specific office. Make sure that you follow the escalation matrix. If you're not following the escalation matrix, I may not respond, Prashant may not respond, right? So don't take that we are not responding, but you have not followed the escalation matrix. That is the issue. Because let's say if there is a policy issue, Shushmita would have taken care of it and it will be there in the mail thread. We'll be able to refer to the policy, and if it's escalated, then we know the entire context, we're able to respond. But if the mail directly comes to us, we'll not be able to respond, and we typically are not supposed to respond because there is a clear escalation matrix given to you. And if there are any issues, don't send me a WhatsApp suddenly in the middle of the exam saying that your net got disconnected. I cannot do anything about that. So you'll have to reach out to Leadup and tell them about those issues. These are examples that have happened in the past. There is nothing much I can do if your network is disconnected. There is nothing I can solve from here, right? So don't send me in panic, contact the PDs for this, because we will not be able to do anything in that case. I may not respond to those, but if I'm in a class, I'm definitely not going to respond to any of those. So anyway, that's the idea. So please follow the escalation matrix. Ms. Shushmita will be extremely helpful in terms of sorting out all your queries, anything related to any of the concerns that you have. And if it's academic, obviously you can actually escalate one by one to the program directors. So like I mentioned, so we have clear technical orientation will be given by Leadup in a while, but anything related to class schedule, exams, reading material, Ms. Shushmita would be the point of contact. You can automatically talk to Ms. Tuti as well. She'll also be able to coordinate and get it solved. She has done an excellent job with the previous batch of communicating all the queries and sorting everything out in a timely manner. Right. So this is just a reference. So when you send a mail, so there is a clear subject line so that they're able to sort it out, and they're able to immediately know which rule to, what kind of a query it is, and they're able to sort it out immediately. So add this PowerPoint will be with you anyway. They're just a sample guidelines. So that's about it from my side. So we have all the contact details anyway. So you'll also get my contact details down the line. And so that's about it from the academic orientation side. That's basically the content is going to be a little bit more fluid. We might update, we might change which platform we might cover, and we'll make you future proof. That's the idea. So it's not a tools only program. It's a combination of how to upskill yourself. That'll be the main focus. Is a change in mindset, and to make sure that you understand the capabilities of what AI can deliver, how we can systematically integrate that into your workflows. That's the idea. So I'll stop here. If there are any questions, please raise your hand, or you can type it in chat. Either way is fine. So if there are any questions, any queries, I know that I've not spoken about Capstone project and simulations. I can speak about them if there are any questions. Yeah. Right. Perfect. So let me just give a brief background about the Capstone project. It's a 6-month program, so you'll have to be really quick. Sorry, let me just finish this, and you can raise the queries. One, you'll be put into groups, and let's say you will be working on a project somewhere from the first campus visit till the second campus visit. First campus visit is happening in April. The second campus visit will be happening somewhere during August. By April, in the first 2 to 3 weeks, you'll form your groups, everything based on, let's say, we'll make sure that there is a good combination of people from tech background, people from non-tech background, people with different years of experience. They're all there in all the groups. You will identify a particular firm, a real firm. It could be one of the firms that one of the group members is working in, or it could be from one of your contacts. It's completely up to you. You can choose one of the problems, one of the opportunities that you want to work on. you can create a proposal out of that. That this is a real life problem that I want to pick it up, or here is an opportunity that exists that I want to actually tap into it. I want to figure out how I can apply the principles I'm learning from this program into that particular opportunity. So I'll give you more details as when we go through. You will get a lot of ideas. As soon as the program begins, you'll start getting ideas. So somewhere in the campus visit, when I meet you guys, I'll give you a lot more details about the proposal. Then you can fine tune the proposal, and you can give me the proposal right after this first campus visit is completed. Then we will have about 3 to 4 months to work on implementing that project. Then towards the end of the program, you'll be submitting the final project work. After your proposal is done, you'll be allotted specific project mentors. So you can reach out to them separately and you can get the guidance, you can work with them to complete the project. But the mentors are allotted after the proposal stage, and we have deliberately kept it across all the programs. That is a MO for us. The reason being, if you allot a mentor before the project proposal is done, people stick to a particular question and they stay very narrow. So we keep it open-ended. So we really find that students come up with a really innovative problems and really innovative kind of let's say opportunity that they want to explore. So we do not want to restrict that in any way. So we keep it open-ended. You apply your mind, you work with the group and bring the project idea to the board, and then we will, once the project proposals are done, we'll give you the feedback, and then we'll allot a faculty mentor for each one of the projects. Then you can work with the faculty mentor for 3 to 4 months. You can set up meetings, you can follow with them. It's totally outside the classes, and then you can submit before the second campus visit. The second campus visit, depending on time, we might ask you to present your final projects as well. So one of the couple of things are mandatory for us when we do capstone projects. One is proposal is mandatory, so that everybody is clear what they're actually working on, and the faculty, we are able to allot a faculty mentor. So we'll spend some time in class, maybe half a class or one class, to make sure that all the groups are presenting and all of you are aware of what each other is working on. It's also more about peer learning as well, because you may not have thought of some, let's say, solutions which another group is working on. That will also be a good learning platform. And finally, once the projects are done, you are required to submit it, as well as a short presentation if required. That's the idea. Simulations, we are refining the simulations for this batch. Simulations also will start after April. So you will have a couple of weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. Earlier, we used to do 2.5 months of simulations. We're reducing the volume a little bit because we're giving a lot more mini assignments in the second batch. Rather than simulation, we're giving a lot more of hands-on mini assignments. So you will have, let's say, 4 weeks of simulation 1, another 4 weeks of simulation 2. The first simulation is more about getting your hands on paid search marketing. Second simulation is more about getting social media marketing, some hands-on, and what metrics I will get when I run a campaign. How do I analyze the metrics? How do I improve it? How do I use AI in this case to analyze, and so on? So all those will be part of the simulation anyway. So that will be, the simulation will start after April. So the first 5 weeks is more like 5 to 6 weeks are more like getting your fundamentals and basic hands-on in few aspects of AI. That's the idea. Then we'll move on to more higher level, deeper stuff as well when we go from campus visit onwards. Right. So that's the idea for capstone and simulation. Simulations are mandatory. You need to complete them on time, and you're going to be evaluated on the simulation as well. Capstone project as well is a mandatory one. That's the idea. So any questions, any doubts? It's an open floor. We can ask.
So we can take 2 to 3 questions because Mr. Sanjay also has a time.
Got it. At 12:15, right?
Yeah. So we can take 2 questions. Shiva, if you can just go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi everyone. Thank you for the very beautiful session, and the rules and whatever the mandatory guidelines that we need to follow are very clear. So just trying to understand out of whatever the presentation has been given. First thing is like, so we will have a common platform or application where the videos or whatever the materials or the assignments that would be downloaded, and we will be given access to it, right?
Yeah, so that'll be the LMS, learning management system, which I think the team will take you through during the technical orientation. They'll give you all the details.
All right. So the other thing that I wanted to ask is on the campus orientation. So is the dates are finalized, sir? So whatever that you have proposed in the presentation.
The first campus visit, the dates are finalized.
Okay.
April 15th will be the check-in. April 18th will be the checkout.
So we
Those
can
are
book our
finalized.
tickets accordingly because we are from down south, and like, so we can plan our travel accordingly. We can
plan
book
and
it,
you can book, because we typically have a very strict availability of rooms. So we have programs running through the year. So once we fix a date, we will not be possible to move it around. So
Right. So we will stick on to the same date and we can book our flights accordingly, right, sir?
For the first campus visit. Second
First
visit has not
campus,
yet been
yeah.
finalized. We'll communicate later once we get
Sure.
the visibility of when we can complete the program. Yeah.
All right, sir. Fine, sir. I'm done.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aditya, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Again, thank you so much. It was a wonderful introduction and really excited to go ahead with this. My question is regarding the grouping idea. So is it going to be just the one group throughout the session, or are we going to be having multiple groups so that we can interact with more number of people? Because there are a lot, like around 70 people, so it's going to be very tough for us to reach out to each and every single one of them. So yeah, is it going to be just the one group, or are we going to be grouped? Yeah.
Let me explain a couple of things. One, Capstone project, you're going to work with only one group through the entire thing because it's a 4 to 5 month project. So for group assignments, in some cases, the instructor might say the existing groups will work on it, or in some cases, the instructor might want to give an individual or different group assignments. The other ways that you'll be interacting with other groups is in class, we do something called breakout rooms where we'll randomly put people into different groups and we'll be doing a group discussion for 10 to 15 minutes. So there is a lot of opportunity to interact with others in the batch. And typically, you will see that in campus visit, you will get to know your entire peer group and you will form, I mean, many long-term friendships are formed when you're on campus. So you will get to know your entire peer group when you're on campus. That's usually the highlight of the entire program. But yeah, having said that, the Capstone project, you're going to work with one group only for the entire duration of the program. But during classes, you'll be put into breakout rooms where you're interacting with different group at every single, discussion in a breakout room. And an instructor might also shuffle a group and say, for this assignment, I want different groups. So that will also happen at times. That's the idea.
Okay. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Atri, go ahead. Yeah.
So, for example, if like I am in my second semester currently, I am doing my MBA. So my semester exams are in April, and my internship will be starting around April, and it will end on August. So I am just asking that I'll always try my level best. But if I'm not able to attend the campus, then is there? Means I'm just asking
It is
because
mandatory. You need to first let the program begin. Then you can, in case it clashes, send a mail to Shushmita. So she will have to figure out whether. But campus visits are mandatory. I would not suggest missing them in any manner. The reason being, the main highlight is actually the campus visit. You will get to meet the peer group and you will get to meet the faculty in person only during the campus visit. So I would not get into the point about not attending the campus visit as of now. Yeah.
so can you just mention the date once more?
April 15th to 18th.
Okay.
April
Thank you.
15th is the checkout. 16, 17, 18 we'll have classes. 18th we'll have morning classes and then we'll be dispersing. Yeah. Sure. I think that's about it. And I have a question on chat. Yeah, we'll be covering different AI tools and practices, but again, it's not a tools only program. You can learn tools from YouTube videos. If you're going to repeat what is there in YouTube, then there is no point in the program. So we'll be covering few tools and few advanced aspects. Again, I cannot emphasize it enough. It's the onus is on you to go back and practice, go back and try out different things. We cannot cover all use cases. We cannot cover all sort of, let's say, tools on the planet. So it's not a tools program. We are not going to say today we are going to give a workshop on tool one. Today we are going to give a workshop on tool two. It will be a combination of strategy and hands-on. So we will cover few tools, but the idea is you will get the fundamentals right. And then any new tool comes into market, you will be able to use it and adapt to it. That'll be the idea. So see, if I teach you one tool and I say that this is how the tool works and you learn only that, and if the technology changes after 2 months, does it mean that you'll have to do a new program? No, not really. So we'll have to actually equip you and change of mindset on how do I approach, how do I adapt. So it will be a combination of both so that you're actually future ready. Many people do not understand that approach. They try to get anxious and say, I want to learn this tool. Why can't I learn this tool in class? But the idea is we cannot teach all the tools in class. We'll be covering few of the tools, but what we'll make sure is we're actually future ready in terms of even if the complete technology changes and something new comes up, you're able to adapt to it. That is the idea. So it's more about agility, right? So maybe we'll take one.
Sure, thank you.
Having
Thank
said
you,
that, we
Professor.
do cover. Sorry, having said that, we do cover few platforms and tools. We do cover it from analytics point of view. We do cover it from strategy point of view as well, right?
All
Sorry,
right,
yeah.
thank you.
Sir, can we take these questions a little later?
Because to start with I think the second one, so we can anyway we'll have a lot of time to interact down the line. So over to you, Steve. So I'll step
Thank
over
you.
in a couple of minutes. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very, thank you so much, sir, for setting the academic context so clearly. I'm sure people will have questions, but but you're there to answer them. So now we will move on to the industry expert segment. We are pleased to welcome Mr. Sanjay Chaudhary, Head of Enterprise Marketing at SAP, a seasoned industry leader with extensive experience in digital strategy, technology led transformation, and business growth across organizations. Over the years, he has worked closely with leadership teams on scaling digital initiatives, building customer centric strategies, and driving innovation in evolving markets. We're delighted to have him with us to share his insights and real world perspectives with the cohort today. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Stuti, for the nice introduction. And first of all, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. I just heard the entire orientation. It seems like an interesting program, and learning is a constant process, and you have to be student all your life. After spending 26 years also into the marketing and communication space, and still learning a lot of new things. So congratulations for investing into learning and making learning your top priority. I think when I was told I have to do this half an hour session, I'm just thinking what I should bring it to the table. Idea was it should be worthwhile for all of you. It's an orientation, it's the first session. What I can probably share with you is my little bit of on my background. It's very unconventional. It's not like a regular marketer's background. Then I can probably talk about in terms of what's changing, and everyone is worried about the changes which are happening so fast. We haven't seen such a pace of change in the longest time. And finally, I'll talk about elephant in the room, which is AI, how AI is going to change our world. So, anything else, Suti or anyone wants me to cover, and then, we can
I
get
think we'll have multiple questions come, come
perfect.
your
Great.
way. Then when you'll be speaking.
Sure. Absolutely. Great. So let's get started. And I think this is me. I am passionate about two things. I'm passionate about long distance running and strategic marketing. This is the picture which was taken in Jaisalmer. As you can see, it was an ultra marathon which I had just finished. And by the way, Jaisalmer run was very, very difficult. It starts at 12 p.m., 12 a.m. So it's like, sorry, 12 p.m. and it's run in the afternoon. And unlike runs where you have water stations after every 2 kilometers, it has this condition, in difficult condition you are supposed to run, and you can only have water after every 10 kilometers. So it was one of the most challenging experience. And you must be wondering why this picture. The picture basically talks about, it's marketing is all about endurance, and it's a huge investment that you have to make an impact. It's not a sprint, it's not a shortcut. And the QR code is my profile. And as I mentioned earlier, a very unconventional background. This is and I've used AI to put together this. I had used Notebook ALM, so I just this is the first time I experimented. It's part of my learning journey also. Talking about my background, I have science background. I started in corporate communications, and I did a lot of roles in agencies and large corporates like Amex. Then I moved on to, from comms to the strategy role, sales strategy role. At Oracle, I was part of a key team which was deciding go-to-market strategies for some of our top customers, which was a new business which was formed, which used to be called Key Account Program. And that key account program used to generate 50% of the revenue from just 10 to 12 accounts. So the whole strategy around that was a great experience for me. From there, I moved on to marketing, and I've done variety of marketing roles. I have done account based marketing. I have done product marketing, and I've done industry marketing for financial services, public sector, and also I have uh, done global demand generation roles for variety of companies. I have been part of big tech companies, and I've also been part of startups, and startups which are established startups like Lentra, which was looking at maybe going across the Southeast Asia, is a fintech startup, and also worked for companies like Intellect Design, which has already has a presence in 50 countries, 5 continents, 7 products, a product company, how you want to position the company throughout the globe. So where I was handling global demand generation for Middle East, for Americas, for Europe, and I think that gave me a wide experience, right? So I think that way it's a mix of everything, right? So you work on I can probably share my learnings of how working for a big tech company versus working for a startup, how things change. But I think the bottom line remains the same. we the all organizations are looking at getting the best ROI from their marketing investment, and I'll be sharing through my session in terms of some of the examples of how the return on investment for a big tech company versus a startup, and depending on what you want to choose as a career, would change, and what you we take for granted in big companies, what changes in startups. So probably I'll share all those learnings with you. All right. Moving on. As I said, the world around is changing. It's a VUCA world, and constant changes. Change is the only constant. I've been, I think, working for last more than 2 decades now, and I have seen when I started my career, internet was something which had just begun, and how internet disrupted, and a lot of disruptions happened with a lot of, smarter technologies. With mobile now, we can do everything. The smart mobiles that we have, everything that we do is on mobile now, right? I think the uh, the world is changing and how you have to respond to it. Let me cover 2 aspects. One is how the consumer or the customer is changing, and most of the things that I will talk to you about today, will be largely B2B. And I think my large experience has been on B2B. So I'll probably touch upon the B2B marketing, and maybe a little bit biased view, but I believe that B2B marketing is much more complex and critical as well. Unlike B2C, as a consumer, there is a lot of impulse purchase you can do, and the cost of making a wrong choice is is not that harmful, I would say, right? Well, whether choosing a brand to a B brand of a shirt will not change your life. Whereas if you look at B2B buying, and B2B buying, suppose the careers are made or can completely be broken if you make the wrong choice. Organizations' trajectories can change if they select a wrong B2B solution. And that's why I think if you um, look at the B2B buyers, B2B buyers, there used to be a time when decisions were made by one VP alone, lonely. Now things have changed. You will see that increasingly no decision is being made by a single individual. There are, Gartner says, there are 6 to 10 people who are always involved in the decision making process, and these buying committees constitute of multiple people. There are people who are decision makers, and these decision makers are being influenced by a lot of other ecosystem players. Then you have users, you have ratifiers. All of these different committee members are critically important if you have to get the buying process continuing and move this through the sales funnel. The other piece is also, and this is increasingly more now in the AI world, is you know There was a time when I started my career, our job was to generate lead and pass on the lead to the salespeople. And salespeople are tasked to create, to educate the customer and move them through the sales funnel. Things have changed now. There is so much information which is available to the buyers. They can now not only just search for information. It's more conclusive search they are getting. They are getting recommendations. So as per Forrester, some 60 to 90% of the decision has already been made before a buyer reaches out to a solution provider in B2B cases. Then most of the discussion is largely to validate the hypothesis that has been formed. And the conversation is all about having a purchase decision. So I think in this situation, relevance of marketing is even more important. And how you influence when they have not gotten in touch with us is critically important. And as I mentioned, B2B buying is a very serious business, right? And it can make or break careers. So outcome matters so much over features. Sometimes as organization, we get so excited about features, but features, our customers do not care about features. What really matters to them is the outcomes, the benefits. And you must have heard this several times. I think how you articulate those benefits, what's the business impact you have created through your solutions, what is the measurable outcome that they can promise internally, right? Everyone is answerable, especially in the B2B case. And how beyond those technical features, the ease of use and how others have benefited is so much more important. Yeah. And Astuti, let me know in case I need to pause somewhere, or should I continue and maybe just finish the presentation, then we can do the Q&A.
Yes, sir, sure. We can just
Yeah.
finish the presentation and then take the questions.
Perfect. Yeah. So, but I think even if there is so much changes which are happening, the fundamentals of marketing and the business does not change. We have a buyer cycle. Buyers are looking at, there is an awareness of need. From awareness of need, they look at what do they consider. And then they evaluate the, if you figure out in the considerations set, evaluate and finally do the purchase. This is not changing. And I think what has changed is the initially, the moment you have the need awareness, the sales road would start, marketing road would stop. Now your this entire process, marketing plays an important role, right from the making sure you are just helping your customers identify the need, and you are in the awareness set, you are there in the consideration set, you are helping them take the right decision, and eventually during the purchase process the sales will be there, but you're making sure that you have constantly just hand holding the customer. And even after the purchase is done, and which is very important area, probably I'll cover that in the second phase, is about the post purchase. How do you continue to invest into those customers and make them as your advocates and bring that loyalty? Because everyone knows getting a new customer is so expensive versus you know cross selling, upselling the customers who may have like your share of wallet is very limited. So I think with this changing environment where buyers are completely changing, how marketing need to respond to these changes is something really important. Um, there was a time when we as marketers, we were putting together certain assets, and those assets were targeted towards the organization, to a single person. Now we have to with the changes around us, the content has to have multiple aspects of dialing into each of the buyer committees member, right from influencers to users to people who are actually a decision maker. A finance officer would have a different requirement, different need to understand how it will impact the bottom line. The sales head would have a different requirement. He would say how it will help me grow my business. Wow. The user would be thinking from a user experience perspective. So I think as marketers, you have to think of each of these committee members and start producing what you have been producing and it has to have a larger larger users in mind, while and have various nuances covered in the essays and create different versions of that. And it's not purely just about your voice, it's also about how you create a lot of third party validation. And as I said, right, people are no longer searching, they have started asking now. And typical asking models, LLM models which are available, they would go and crawl lot of third party sources. They will not maybe sometime they look at your website or your brochures, but there would be a lot of other component that they uh, dig information from, and will give very very informative and maybe decisive kind of an answer. So if you have to prepare yourself for that world, then you have to be present in more credible way where your partners are endorsing you, your media is endorsing you, you have a point of view being covered, a thought leadership messaging being covered throughout the process. And as I said, marketing role is changing, and marketing is no longer just servicing the demand; it has to shape the demand. And at this point, let me just share some examples of how I have in my career looked at shaping the demand. This was when I was with Oracle, and Oracle was very, very strong in the back office space. It's almost a standard when it comes to ERP and other solutions in the banking space. But I think what was the struggle with the Oracle was they were not so strong in the front office space. And back office, front office, back office is all your system records. Front office is how you're engaging with the external world. So, which is your customer experience solutions. So what we conceptualized as marketing was mystery shopping. We said instead of if you have to talk to our customers and talk to our customer in a meaningful way, let's find out what is our customer's customer feel about them. And let's do a mystery shopping, and we conceptualize a voice of customer study. And for that voice of customer study, we chose a very non-conventional partner also. We had took JD Power. JD Power is, many of you may know, is very, very strong in the automobile segment. They come up with the voice of customer studies in automobile, but they also have a very strong banking arm. So we gave them, they were this was almost like a first assignment for them in the country. And so we brought them here and we asked them reach out to 15 cities, 5,000 retail users, ask them what is their experience of engaging with their primary financial institutions, whether through a digital channel or through a physical channel in terms of going to the branches. And we got some amazing responses, right? So I think and we looked at top 15 top 19 banks and did a extensive benchmarking report. What how each bank stand versus their competitors in terms of fee, in terms of access to their mobile apps, in terms of ease of doing business when they go to the branch, and created a very extensive benchmarking report. With that benchmarking report, when we reached out to the retail banking head, the chief operating officers, we said we have some interesting findings to share with you. Doors completely opened for us. And this is an example of how marketing is actually creating demand, shaping the demand. It's not just servicing. It's just not that customers has reached out, they have an intent to buy something. You are creating demand, and it's a powerful role that marketing can have. And when I talk about AI in terms of how AI will change about the whole function of marketing, I'll touch upon in terms of what responsible marketing and what they need to change to make sure that we continue to be relevant. So this is one example of we got doors open for us. We have presented to almost all those 19 banks. They wanted to know how HDFC is doing versus ICICI or a Bandhan Bank. There are public sector banks wanted to know how they compete with private sector banks. So it was one aspect was you've just presented the benchmarking study. The other was we took a notch up. We say just showcasing the gaps is not good enough. We have to go back with the diagnostic. Then we did a diagnostic. If you are lagging behind your competition in say digital way of engaging with your customers, then these are the few steps that you can take to bridge the gap. And we presented the whole solution to the customers. We went further. Next step, we said, now that you know that these are the gaps, this is how you can bridge them. How do you go about doing it? You have to build a consensus, and it has cannot be a solution which has been provided from outside. We have to work as a team, and you have to co-create it. And we created a design thinking workshop for that. And in design thinking workshop, we looked at all the gaps, possible solutions, and got users. And these users were like people who are day in and day out are responsible for customer experience, who are from branches, who are from headquarters, brought all of them together, and the senior management, and did a extensive design thinking workshop. The outcome of the design thinking workshop was a 60-90 day plan of how will they look at changing what is broken. So this is one example of how shaping the demand can make an impact. Yeah. I just I'm very passionate about of working on the strategic programs. I think thought leadership plays an important role. If you are seen as ultimately as a thought leader, ultimately people do business with people, right? And people like us only, and B2B doesn't need to be boring. It can be very interesting as well. And when people are doing business with people, in your life also, you will do like to do business with people you trust. And it's almost like a cliche, right? You have to be a trusted advisor to your customer. But there is a process by which you can become a trusted advisor. And I have done that. I have run account based engagements for some of my top accounts. And the programs that I ran when I was at Intellect Design for global markets, our focus was what value we can add to our customer. It was never about, when you start, I think that it's very, very critically important that you have clear um, benefit that you can provide to your customer. It's and it's trust is all about reliability, credibility, and integrity, right? And less self orientation. So if as a marketer, if you are just not completely self oriented, that I have to create my pipe only, I have to create look at just getting the sales cycle move. If you start thinking and investing your time energy into understanding the business and what make our the business click, then I think the results are much more easier to generate. um Let me give you another example, and this is for one of the company which I worked for. Insurance was something that we were trying to crack, and there was no sort of a point of view which existed on how insurance industry, which is getting disrupted with the aggregators, right? And how do you have to respond to the changes which are happening? So the amount of time we spent on getting the research done on the industry, on what's their pain points, what is the aspirations and what is the desire that the insurance leaders have, and how they have to if they have to achieve their end outcome, what do they need to do now. We got a lot of external research done and use that research to package our solution and communicate that through multiple assets, and created a complete point of view paper where customers were asked to just engage with us, and brought thought leaders to have a conversation with the customers on how their business can be could be put onto a growth trajectory, even though there are a lot of disruptions which are happening. We have had a very different response versus if we had gone with our product saying that we can solve this problem and that problem, right? If you are ever looking for a nail, that's not the way of doing a meaningful marketing. um I think besides building if you look at the sales funnel, um the first part of the buyer's process is all about educating them, and their marketing can really create an impact uh, by bringing in industry experts, by bringing in thought leaders, by putting together point of views, crafting them effectively, and then taking them to the customers to move them through the buying cycle. The other big role that marketing can play is all about reducing the friction. In the beginning, I said, it can make or break careers. So, how you can make the choice simpler for your customer, and completely, as I said, like you have to have less orientation and focus more on customer. If you are completely oriented towards helping your customer achieve the outcome, then you have to think like you are on a secondment job. You are a representative of a customer in the organization as marketer. How you are thinking on behalf of the customer and helping them, because they may be struggling right now to create that justification and present their case to the larger committee. Give them enough reasons to buy. Give them, make their job easier, whether through development of ROI calculators, or through creating certain case studies in their own industry, and making them speak to some of the happy customers. All of these can be done by marketers. And once their purchase process is over, the second phase is about sometimes we call, which is marketing 2.0, which is all about creating advocates and loyalty with your customers. And loyalty with your customer, I can give you an example. HDFC Bank had completed 25 years of association with one of the company I worked for, and we wanted to celebrate that occasion. And from a marketing standpoint, we looked at have take a step back and see how in the last 25 years, what are the interventions that the company has made and help them reach where they are, and how tech has played an important role. And we interviewed all the senior stakeholders from the company side and from HDFC Bank side, and put together a coffee table book. In that coffee table book, we it was written as if the bank has been sharing of how they have benefited by leveraging technology. So that's another example of, and it was co-created with the bank. So advocacy to the next level. They are not only just endorsing; they are saying that let's co-create together what is possible. If technology and the banking come together. So this is some of the example I want to share with you. But the biggest thing is the elephant in the room, which is AI. And I think AI, we all know, it's no longer just it's an experiment. It is getting increasingly operationalized. Um, and there are a lot of fears. Everyone is thinking, whether AI would take away jobs. Will AI, with AI efficiencies are increasing, and there is a greatest fear that marketing would be the biggest function that will get impacted with AI. My take on AI is, it depends on how you position yourself. If you position only AI as an efficiency trap and not as a growth engine, then of course there will be a danger. A lot of organization may at the short term may look at reducing their resources and try to get some immediate benefit, but eventually it can bite back. There are some growth oriented organizations which are looking at redeploying their energy effort into that growth part, and AI can actually create a lot of strategic value. Um, as I mentioned, right, there's lot, traditionally to um, to really understand the customer, the amount of effort that we had to make in terms of deploying the research agencies, you do go surveys, all of that has changed now. Technology has made it so much simpler. Deep research can be done sitting on your desk in minutes, which used to take like months earlier. That can be used to your advantage. And I believe that all the challenges that we have of doing seriously personalized marketing at scale can be addressed by AI. And I think but human will continue to be the center of everything. um my favorite movie, Iron Man. Everything is fine, but the Jarvis can do everything, but the human inside the Iron Man is the one who's making the decisions. I believe that would be gonna be the scene for marketing as well. The When everything would begin to look same, the people who would shine are the one who are using their right brain. Only human can do the imagination, and you will see the greater differentiation would start to happen when beyond the efficiency, when imagination will kick in. There are new ways of solving the same problem, thinking out of the box, not getting bogged down with the mundane task would happen. And I think this is going to be a game changer in marketing. So I think it's I believe more of a value game, and it depends where marketing is sitting. Are you sitting as a cost center, or you are a growth engine? So only the marketers which are good in their job, who understand the business, and by the way they also understand the craft of marketing, would survive and would thrive in this AI world. So just wanted to share these examples with you, and then maybe I think open to take any questions at this stage, um, and happy to have a
Um, yeah.
conversation in a minute.
No, thank you so much, sir. I think I thought that it was very clear and insightful. The way you broke down those complex ideas into practical, examples, connecting it to your journey. And also, one thing stayed with me was that uh, marketers are not only for lead generation and giving it to the salespeople, but they're meant to grow the business. And I think that can be a starting point for the cohort, and this can be an encouraging point for them to make most out of the course.
Uh,
Avinash, please go ahead. We have one question.
Yeah, hi. I was following the presentation, so I just had a question. I think the examples that you were taken were both were very understanding. I mean, both were B2B though. So my question was more in terms of like, from what I understood correctly, the insight is very important in B2B clearly, right? Whether it was the HDFC or the other client example, that the insight drove a lot. Does that change a lot when you go to B2C? Because I think the competition is very vast in B2C, right? Directly to, or even a D2C space. Does that change the role of marketing? Is it shifting from insight to something else, or do you see it continuing with insight itself?
I think insight is important in all form of marketing, whether B2B or B2C. And I think because I'm a little bit passionate and more it will not be a balanced view because I have done largely a B2B marketing, but I
Okay.
feel that B2B marketing you need more deeper insights. Because one wrong decision can really change careers. And the market is also there are thousands of enterprises, right? Unlike 1.5 CR kind of
Yeah.
people that they are to reach out to, right? So that way, I think I believe that insight is absolutely key, and without insights, no form of marketing would work. And I
Got
think
it.
it has become easier to build insight, and all the if you see the segmentation, the three things that marketers have to do. Number one is using analytics to do smarter segmentation. Second is developing content around those segments and run campaigns. They stand to in B2B and B2C.
Got it.
B2C, with technology, you can do even smarter segmentation.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. That was all my question was.
Um, we have one question from Kanagi.
Hi, sorry about my camera. Thank you so
No
much for
issues.
that presentation. It was very interesting. I am from non-marketing background, so please excuse me if this question is very dumb in nature. But when we talk about B2B marketing, let's take an example of a very conventional industry which has like generations of people working in it, and now the marketing is only on base of trust. Like it's an established market, right? And now we have AI and we have some value addition for that also, but as a young generation coming into or entering into an industry with a lot of barriers, how does AI or B2B marketing, like what can I do to like you know get that trust which has been passed down for like so many years? Like
Mm.
what do I do to break that, because it's so difficult to get somebody who has been working with someone for 20-25 years.
So
So
I think if I've got your question right, you are a challenger in the situation where you have an incumbent, and how do you disrupt the challenger? Is that what we are talking about, or have I got your question right?
see, if I have a product which is cost effective and we can offer more personalization as well, right? But uh, like I'm talking about like personally specifically textile industry, and since the market has opened for export, there are already people who are working with a lot of already well established manufacturers, right? So if
100%.
I want to break into that, like how, what should be the mindset, like what
Sure.
broader guidance can you give me?
Sure, sure. Let me give you an example. This was another banking example, and this bank was not working with the company, the tech provider I was working with, and they were very, very, heavily invested into competition, and there was no way we were not getting meetings into that account. What we created was a challenger report, and what the challenger report did was, and again, deep insights were built. I've got the pre-sales team, sales team, everyone together, and we really brainstormed in terms of what difference we can make to that account, and identified three areas, right from back office to customer experience to their tech investments, and then came up with the amount of saving that we can do. So we said if we sum it all, there are $200 million of saving that can be done, and to achieve, and we created a challenger report which on the upfront it said we can help you save $200 million, and then we explained three steps of how we can do that. It was a small booklet which was created and it was sent to the MD of that bank along with his key decision makers. That report helped us get into the boardroom, and we presented our ideas to them. At least we started somewhere. So something disruptive has to be done to get attention sometimes, especially when the customer is so happy with the incumbent. So that's an example of being, a challenger and how you're responding to it. But I think you touched about AI also. I think you don't need to fear about AI. AI is a smart intern which you are hiring. So treat AI as your subordinate, but I think the brain has to be yours.
Okay, thank you so much.
We'll take one more questions. I'm very, very sorry for this because we are already running out of time. Shubhangi, if we can go ahead with your question. And everyone else can just DM me their questions and I will send it to Sanjay sir and he'll be able to respond you back. I'll make sure that he responds you back.
Or what I can do is I can share my LinkedIn profile also in
Yes,
case.
sir.
Feel free to reach out and let me.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's keep this on the if I can. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone can just scan this. Yes, Shubhangi, sorry.
You
Please
can
go ahead.
inform them and then I'll go ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead.
No,
It's okay.
please go
Just
ahead.
the background, yeah.
Okay. So, hi, Sanjay sir. Thank you for taking through your journey and explaining things. I just wanted to know one thing from you, and that is that performance marketing is a term which is very relevant in the market at the moment, be it a big brand or be it a small influencer also. Like right now, what we were talking about are very big companies dealing in millions. But in today's scenario, even a person, an influencer is a big brand influencing a huge population, right? So I would like to know how much performance marketing is we are going to learn through this program and how big brands and small brands are using it. If you can like slide through an insight on it and how much are we going to learn? Because here the program is titled Digital Marketing AI Driven, but performance marketing is also something very important, which right now this even the social media strategists are using. So if you can just throw some light around it so that we get an idea.
Sure, sure.
Thank
Again,
you.
I'll draw from my experience. I have worked for big tech companies and big brands like Amex, Oracle, SAP, and I've also worked with small startups like Lentra and Indian company like Intellect Design. I think if you see performance marketing is critically important, whether you're large organizations or startups. Everywhere marketing is asked, what is the ROI that we are bringing? If a dollar is being spent, what is at least 50 times, 100 times ROI is being asked. And what you sometimes take for granted in large organization. A lot of brand building, product marketing literature is being given to you by your HQ, and you're focused only on demand generation. Whereas when you talk about the startups, the amount of spend which goes into developing the brand product literature, then whatever is left is used for demand generation is much more, right? So I think um, unlike big techs, for an individual person who's trying to establish a brand, it's important to have and there's a complete process for that, right? First, understanding in terms of which category do you operate in, how do you differentiate yourself versus others, how do you position. Positioning is critically important. These are all marketing lessons. I'm assuming they will be covered in this session. The fundamentals are same, right? How you position yourself in the right way, and then create the identity for the brand in terms of how the look and feel of the brand. That's the brand part of it. And this is if you segment the market into three parts, essentially it's all about brand, it's all about product, and the third part is all about demand. So for an individual or a small company, brand and product is critically important. And if you have got that right, then the performance marketing, or you can call it demand generation, would happen much more easily. So so I think making sure that people can use your product simply, so they making sure you're creating those how to use the product effectively. All these things are important, and you have to invest into those. And performance, I think you've used smarter technology to reach out to the right customer. And in demand generation, in performance marketing, segmentation plays a very, very critical role. What are the drivers, motivators of your customers to purchase a particular product? Once you understand the pain point, then everything around has all your communication has to be stitched around it. So that's the approach one can take, whether you are a small company or a large organization.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Aditya, I know you have a question, and we're actually running out of time. I'm very, very
It's okay. Let's
sorry.
take one last question and then probably we
Okay,
can wrap it
let's
up.
take
Yeah,
one
yeah,
last
that's it.
question.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sanjay, thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. And I was able to really connect with that because I come from a B2B background. In fact, my company, AG, is an SAP solutions provider in the UK.
Awesome.
So I was able to really connect to that. So my question is with regards to more of an inbound versus outbound kind of question, and with regards to more on new business. Basically, for us, how it's been recently going is we're doing a lot of SEO, we're doing a lot of Google ads, YouTube ads, name it, we're doing all that. So is marketing moving towards an inbound side, whereas these are all working, but traditional things like I don't know, telephone outreach never really worked in the last 10 years, I guess, for a B2B side of things. And emails are also slowly starting to become irrelevant. The success rate of an email campaign is slowly starting to go down now. It's more about referrals. It's like now people don't even go to the first or second link when they're searching in Google. They're just seeing the answer that Google gives, and most of them decide based on that. So, how does someone like SAP, tackle something like this? Is email marketing becoming irrelevant, or what do you think about that, especially for a B2B new business angle?
Yeah. As I earlier said, consumers are changing, and most of the consumers are now coming with clear intent, right? It's not vague now, and they know exactly what they are looking for. And when the customers are much more clear, then I think the personalization of messaging and using those intent signals to reach out to them is so much more important. There are multiple tools which are available now, which can, depending on the customer, they can help you personalize the message for them, which was used to be a very difficult task earlier. You have come from an account-based engagement background, and I know amount of energy which used to go into personalization of messaging. It can be done at a much faster pace. You historically you have created certain sub segments, right? And those sub segments would be in tens and 15s or 20s. Now with tech, you can create 10,000 segments and create 10,000 personalized messages for each of those segments. That is the possibility. That is the power of technology. And I don't think email will become irrelevant. At some stage, a lot of personalization will start to happen. But you will, what I visualize this eventually, because if you have same tools, everyone is using the same tools, and LLMs are using the same, information which is available, then I think the creative aspect will begin to sort of dilute in a sense, and then the right brain part, how you differentiate, how you bring original ideas, will again increasingly become more relevant. So I think fundamentals are not changing. You are now more equipped to do personalization, but don't leave your human edge, which is imagination. Continue to bring those out of the box. Don't be completely be dependent on AI. Bring in that human touch. That's what would differentiate brands eventually.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanjay sir. I think that people have really enjoyed your presentation, and if any one of you have more questions, please do reach out to him, or you can reach out to me, and I can always convey your questions to him. So let's move on to our last segment, which is the technical orientation, the platform where you will be able to access all your classes, your reading materials, your videos. You'll be able to give your feedbacks and mark your attendance. So these are the five major points that we'll be covering today. Abdullah, are you
Can
there?
I leave now? Is it all right?
No, no, yeah, sure, sir. You can please
All right.
go ahead.
Great. Thank
Thank
you
you so
very much. I
much.
really enjoyed speaking to all of you, and best wishes for your course.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much, sir. Thank you for joining
Bye.
in. Thank you. Hi, Abdullah.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, Stuti.
Abdullah, can we just share our screen and give a walkthrough of the LMS?
Yeah, sure. So, hello everybody. Abdullah, this side from Lead Up Universe team. So basically, I will be walking you through the LMS which we have, and I'm assuming you have received email from our side regarding the LMS. So let me just share my screen and I will quickly walk you through the LMS which we have and how you can navigate through the portal and how you can access all the learning materials. So let's just go ahead.
And I would request everyone to, please be attentive here. People who have switched off their cameras, please, if you can just come on camera or pay attention on the same.
Yeah. So once you logged into the portal, this is how the interface will look like. Uh, so while logging in, you need to add your email ID and you need to add your OTP. Once that is done, you can just, this is how the interface will look like. And once you are at the interface, this is the course card. So once you click on this, you will be able to view all the learning materials based on the modules. So on the left hand side, if you see, we have a list of modules which are listed. So whatever learning materials associated with the modules, you will be able to access over here. So let's say one of the modules is on foundations of AI driven digital marketing. So if you see, there are various learning materials listed over here, uh, including your live classes as well. So let's say you need to view the recording of a particular session. So you can just go to that particular module. You can click on the component or rather the video which you want the recording of. You can just click on this and you will be able to view the recording. Okay, so for this module we have disabled the recording, so you are not able to see it, but for you the recording will be visible over here.
So the recordings will be visible for 7 days because it's past 7 days, so the recordings have been closed. But you'll be able to see it under description.
Yes. And if there are any PPTs associated with that particular session, we will also upload it over here. Okay, so that's about it, about the learning materials, like how you can access the learning materials for each module. So you will be able to get it from the course card page. And if there are any upcoming sessions you need to join, you can just go to the My Sessions tab on the left hand side of your screen and you can just join in from here. And you can also view all the completed sessions and all of the details regarding the sessions. You will be able to view it over here from this component. Now the next thing is on the assessment part. So if there are any upcoming assessments for you, it will be visible to you over here. So you can just come onto this assessments component. You can just click on start and the assessments will begin. And let's suppose you need to view the report of your assessment. If the program management team gives you the access to view the report, so you can also view the report from here of your particular assessment.
Abdullah, can we also show how to give a feedback of the course if anyone wants to? We
Yeah,
would
sure.
suggest that you do give a feedback after every session that will pop up after, the end of the class on your LMS.
So once you go out of the session, the feedback form will get popped up. So this is how the feedback form will look like. So there are certain parameters or other certain set of questions which we have listed over here. So based on these questions, you need to give your response. So once all the responses are added, just click on submit and we will receive your feedback. And in case after the session, after some time, you need to again give a feedback or you have missed giving the feedback post session and in 2 or 3 days you want to give it, you can just come on to a particular session and just click on give feedback, and you will be able to give the feedback for that session.
Okay.
Moreover, there is also announcement section. So if you see this speaker icon, so if there are any announcement from the program management team, you will be able to view it here. And also you will be getting the notification via your email itself. So I think that's about it. This is just a quick walkthrough of the LMS, and it is pretty straightforward to use. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's
So
it.
thank you so much, Abdullah. So the LMS is pretty easy to use. It doesn't have a lot of components to it. Very simple. Two major portals, My Dashboard and My Sessions, where you can join the link and where you can view your recordings and your reading material. Now, one question, Shubhangi, you have a question. Do we need to mark attendance as well? Okay. So there's a process of marking attendance. When you go on your LMS portal and you join from the portal, you get directly marked. Your attendance get marked. But please do not ask for joining links from your peers that might miss marking your attendance. If you have an issue, please contact me. You guys already have you're already getting emails from my end. Do email me and I will send you the right link to join in the session. That is how you will be marked for the session. I hope I'm clear, and if there's any query, do raise your hand and ask. Yes, Pia, if we can go ahead with your question.
Hello.
Yes,
Am I
Pia.
audible? Yeah. Hi, Stuti. Like Abdullah said, that we must have received the email to access our LMS. I just want to inform you that I haven't yet. So for today's attendance, how do I kind of
Okay.
mark my attendance for this?
No, please don't worry on that. You'll be receiving one proper email from my end right after the orientation ends, where you'll have the joining link of the portal and you guys can log in.
Also
Is that
during
okay?
perfect. Also during the session with Sanjay, I wanted to ask him a question which I have shared across with you. I would really like an answer to that question.
Sure.
So I'm hoping to hear back from you. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Yes, Shiba, please go ahead.
Just wanted to know, like, though you have told that whatever videos has been uploaded will be available for our view only for 7 days, right?
Correct.
So after that, it would be disabled or what?
Yes, it will be disabled from the portal, but you will get access to the recording again 7 days before the exam. So you
Can
can
we actually download the videos during
the videos are non-downloadable. I'm very sorry. It's a university policy, and as Saravana said that it's a university policy for all the programs, so we can't change that. I'm really sorry. It's there for you for 7 days, and then it will again be enabled before the exam, 7 days before the exam. So you'll be
Right.
able to access then also.
So just one more thing, like Mr. Sanjay's session will be uploaded today in the portal.
I will be sending this recorded session to everyone after the session ends on your emails. So don't worry on that.
All right, no problem. So today's attendance will be marked by you.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes, Pavneet, please go ahead.
Hi, Stuti. I just wanted to know if you could just share the tentative dates for the final campus immersion.
Sure. A lot of people have received it, but I think a few of you are still left to receive an email from my end. So please watch out for my email by today or tomorrow. But
The
I'll just
second
share
one,
it.
second one.
Yeah, but I'll just share it here. It's from 16th April to 18th April. 15th April is your check-in. 16th, 17th, and 18th are classes, and 18th evening or maybe afternoon, you guys can book your planes back home.
No, Stuti, I'm asking about the second campus immersion.
Second
If you
campus
could just,
immersion.
yeah, just some tentative date.
It's gonna be mostly in July end. That's when your course is gonna finish. So July end or August first week.
I hope
But
it is not later than that.
no, it won't be later than that.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, Monica, please go ahead.
Hi, Stuti. Thanks for the wonderful session and all the information that you shared. I'm asking question more in regard with the attendance during the sessions. So I understand if somebody is attending the sessions, they get marked, they get seen, they get asked questions, and it's things happening. What if somebody misses on any account, any of the sessions? I know you can attend the recordings with the timelines that you just answered Shiba on. Uh, Number one question, missing the session and attendance around it when we are having the offline sessions, and also how do we ensure that that percentage of attendance that Professor Savana mentioned is still met, even if there's, and obviously every one of us would try to meet the guidelines in terms of attending it in person, but just in case there are happening instances for a consecutive 2 weeks or something, like how do we as an individual ensure that the attendance are not getting hampered because of any X number of things that keeps happening in personal life?
Okay, so if you miss a class, you will not be getting any attendance for that, but obviously you have the recording to go back to. But you will always get an email from my end when you miss a class. On Monday, maybe if you're having the class on Saturday, you'll get a missed class alert email from my end on Monday. And also we'll be updating your attendance on your LMS portal, where you can see the percentage of attendance that you have, and you'll have to adjust accordingly to and make sure that you meet that 75% criteria of passing the course. We'll be
Okay.
updating everything from our end, but you'll have to visit the LMS and see for yourself where you stand. So that is one thing.
Okay, thank you, Sudeep. That was quite helpful. Also, I have not received the LMS
Yeah,
mail
everyone will
until
receive
now.
the
So, okay,
everyone will receive the LMS link right after the orientation session ends.
okay, all right. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, Avinav.
Sorry to interrupt in between, but since the time is already passed, I just wanted to know if there's anything important, or we can just leave those who have.
No, people can leave. If you have any question, you can stay back. That's not an issue.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Stuti.
Yeah, hi. Please tell me.
Yeah, so just wanted to confirm that, like you, as you said, like you're going to be sending us the link for LMS portal after this meeting, right? So, are we getting some particular credentials to like access it, or it can be opened locally by just clicking on the link?
So, the email ID which you have registered with us, you have to log in from that email ID. You'll get an
Correct.
OTP. You just need to change your passwords and then you can start using it.
Okay, thank you.
Please make sure that you use the LMS or you log in your LMS through the registered email ID that you've given to us.
Yeah, sure, got it. Correct. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Tirtha, please go ahead. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Hello?
hear you now. Please
Yeah,
go.
so just wanted to confirm one thing regarding this certification which was mentioned. Will this be given offline, or will this be given like online, which is given like ISBs and all? This certification
Okay.
which you have mentioned.
So the certificate will be couriered to you if it's not happening on the second campus immersion day. It all depends on the schedule, to be very honest. If you're able to complete the course within the timeline, you'll be receiving the certification on campus from the professors, and if not, then we'll be sending it to you over from via courier. But you will also be receiving a few more certificates or goodies from our end for completion of the course on the campus itself.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes, Atrey.
Actually, I wanted to ask, like, for the next classes, so will like we will join from the LMS portal only,
Yes.
or we will be getting a link like today?
No, no, no. You will be joining in from the LMS portal. From 14th of February, that is your first class, you'll be joining in from the LMS portal itself. If you have an issue joining in, do contact me. I will send you the right link to join. But that would be only in cases where you might
I
be
got it. I
traveling.
got it.
Yeah.
And I have not yet received a mail for the LMS. Means I have received what classes will be there in the next
Okay.
weeks, but I
Yeah.
have not received the LMS access.
As I said, I will be sending it right after the orientation ends.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
issue, no issue. So can I drop out
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I?
please do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other queries from anyone else? I think we have a few queries.
Stuti, can you
Yeah.
hear me? I just wanted to know the frequency of the exams being conducted. You said assessments are there, right? So how
So
often do we
exams
have
will
that?
be after every module. So suppose first module is finished, first module is for a month. It goes on for a month, right? After that, you will have an exam. For the same module, you'll have an assessment. So combine that, you'll be getting the grades.
Fine, got
So
it. Thank you.
yeah, every month, I would say you'll have one exam.
Okay, got it. And those four scores will be the consolidated one for the final,
Correct.
certificate, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Fine, got it. Thank you.
Yes, Avneet, please go ahead.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
So I just wanted to understand regarding the exam thing, as Sir mentioned that the exams will be held like 1 hour prior to the course situation. Like as the class starts at 6:45, the exam would be like around 5:45, somewhat I
Yeah,
assume.
5.
Yeah.
Huh.
So like for multiple people, I assume Saturdays would be a working day.
Yeah.
So if at that span of time somebody is at work, so how do we take our exams?
See, I understand we have got a lot of queries on that too, but that is the only way to cover the course in 6 months. We would be informing you much prior to the exam date. I think 15-20 days before the exam day. Uh, Also, we'll be giving ample amount of time for you to start the exam, right? So, exam might be of 40 minutes, but you'll get a 15 to 20 minute time window to start, get adjusted and everything so that you don't miss out on any exam. So, you'll have a time window also where you can access the exam. Suppose you have a meeting from 5:10, 5:10, you still have 10 minutes to start the exam till 5:20. The window is there. So we can adjust in that way, but I mean, I know you guys will have to adjust a little bit if it's working for you. But the exam will happen 1.5 hour prior to the sessions every Saturday. Because we want to complete everything on Saturday so that your Sundays are not disturbed until unless it's very, very important. So I would suggest that, you keep eye on the emails that we send out. It will be much in advance, so don't worry.
Got it.
Yes, Anuj, please go ahead.
Kiti, how do you mark the attendance? I mean, for like today's session, I have not logged in from my email domain. So how do you do that on the basis?
Don't worry for today. I will mark it, so don't worry on that. I have your advisor's numbers also. I'll consult them if any problem occurs. But from 14th, please do log in from the LMS. That is important. And if you face any issue, do contact me.
Sure. Thank you.
I think I have answered all the questions. If anyone else have any question, you can go ahead now.
Hello. Hi, Stuti. Sneha this side.
Hi. Hi,
Yeah.
Sneha, please.
Yeah, Stuti. So, how will you going to conduct the exam? By this portal only,
By the
or
portal, yeah. Exam will be
okay.
also conducted on the portal. We'll give you a demo of the exam, a demo video. I will be there to help, so don't worry on that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Yes, Asmita, please go ahead.
Hi, Stuti. Sorry, this is maybe slightly inane, but Earlier in the session, Professor Saravana mentioned that keeping your video on helps with attendance and things like that, but it's a bandwidth question, network question. If you keep losing network, it helps to turn your video off so you can focus better on the class.
Yeah. No,
In
no.
such an event, does it help if I were to contact you or somebody like my advisor, for instance, and let them know that I'm having issues and I've,
You
turned
can
my.
contact me. You can contact me. From now on, you guys, everyone can contact me for any issues that you will have during the classes or anything for that purpose. You don't need to, go back to your advisors. I'm there to help out. Also, see, Sarvana sir said that because if you're opening your videos, the interaction is much better and you're able to concentrate more probably. That is why. Otherwise, if you have network issues, that's not an issue. So
Okay,
you can
great.
always
Thanks.
contact me for that. Yeah.
Sure.
Any other questions? Or okay, yes, Chaitanya, please go ahead. Okay, we'll take another 2-3 questions if there are any, and we'll close because it's already 1:30. Yes, sorry, Chaitanya, please go ahead.
No worries. Thank you. Thank you for the session today. And I just wanted to understand once the LMS platform opens up for everyone, during the class or after the class, is there a way for everyone to interact with the rest of the participants, or is it only when the project happens, the Capstone project happens? What if any participant has any queries or just wanted to discuss some of the stuff that is mentioned during the class with other participants? Will there be a group created, or is there a way to interact with the rest of the participants on LMS platform, or is there any mode of communication for the rest of the people?
So Chaitanya, we don't create any WhatsApp groups. You as a cohort, as the batch, you can go ahead and create one WhatsApp group, which is going to be an informal one. But we do not do that. We communicate through emails.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not even through the LMS platform also.
No, no, no. That is your personal portal where you'll be able to see everything for yourself, also your grades and all. So that's your personal portal that you won't be able to see anyone else there.
Okay. So once we log in, we'll be able to see the attendance for today also, right?
Not today, but from 14th you'll be able to see. For today's session, I'll be marking it from the back end, so don't worry.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Prabhakar has a question. Hi, Stuti. Can we access the study material before the topic session so that we can go through and can be more prepared for the respective topic session? Prabhakar, you will be receiving pre-reads from the professors, if any. Let me specify, if any. If they think that you have to come prepared with something, they will send it to you, but we will make sure that something comes to you before the session. You will be receiving post-reads after the session. As the session ends, you'll be receiving post reads also.
Yeah. Thank you, Stuti.
Yes, Aprajita.
Hi, Stuti. Am I audible?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so this is actually regarding like the payment whole schedule. I have seen the mails and everything that there are like 4 payment schedules and everything. But like I've also heard that there's like a 3 years like a stretch time which will be given to us for the payment. So whom can I like talk to about this? Yeah.
I'll tell you. So for the payment structure and everything, you will have to contact our finance team.
All right.
I'll
Or I can also get in touch with the people.
Her email ID or the finance people that we have with us. So I will drop you her email ID and or her contact number. You can directly call for that. If that is
Okay. Yeah, that's great. That will be great.
Am
Thank
I
you so
audible?
much.
Am I audible to everyone?
I think your network has gone.
Yes, you are audible.
Great. Thank you so much everyone for joining in. If you have any more questions, please do email me. You guys have my WhatsApp number. You can just text me there and I'll be there to respond. Thank you so much for joining in today, and let's meet on the 14th for our first session. And all a very have a great evening ahead. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone.
Everyone,
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.